Hey, we are live with the Global Independent Business Owner Network Marketing Training number 172 on a glorious Freedom Friday. And this is a very special day because any of you know what this is? You've probably seen these before, right?
Show it again, Paul.
I don't know what it says, but you know what one of these are?
A birthday card for somebody?
It's a birthday card. Yes, today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. So what do you think the caption is for this?
Do you have your pig in a clamp?
No. If you're happy and you know it, clamp your hands. And you know what? I love that because it reminds me of that song that goes clap along if you're happy. You know that song?
If you're happy and you clap your hand. I don't know the other one you're talking about.
It's a recent song. It's been out on the radio. I'm sure you've heard it.
Oh, okay.
Many people probably find it to be very annoying because clap along if you're. Oh no, how's it go? Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth, and it's that line right there, which is why I love that song and why I clap along to it, because I do feel that happiness is the truth. What the hell does that mean? Well, first of all, before we get into that, John, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Paul. It's already 100 degrees where I'm at. And that's the reason why I'm sitting inside rather than outside this morning. It's just a little too hot. I usually like to do these out on my patio, but not today. And yeah. I see that you're inside today as well. Is it? How's the weather by you?
No, it's beautiful. It's a little chilly this morning, but I'm just sitting in here. Let me show you this little escape that I'm at here. This was 3 days ago a storage unit. This is my bar. One of the things that I was able to accomplish here was to get all of the crap out of here and start putting this place back together again. So nice. That's something that makes me feel happy. So I just felt like sitting in here this morning because I really haven't had a chance to enjoy it yet. But yeah.
So you know what? With that being said, welcome to the Hangout. It's Freedom Friday, one of our favorite days of the session. And, Paul, I'm very interested in hearing where it is you wanted to take this thing this morning. So I'm going to let you just jump right into where you were going, because I say happy rising, everybody, and welcome to the Hangout. And I'm sure that Paul is going to bestow some enlightenment upon us.
Well, I didn't really have anywhere to go with it this morning, except for the fact that it was my birthday, until I read this card. And, if you're happy, if you know it, clamp your hands, which, like I said, reminded me of that song, which, like I said, there's one line in that song that, is what makes me love the song. And the line is, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. And, like I said, a lot of people, I've actually heard from a lot of people how they feel that song is so annoying and they hate that song. And why would you hate a song that's all about happiness?
Yeah, that says a lot maybe about the people. I don't think I've actually heard this song, and I wish that I have heard it before so I know what in the world we're talking about. But happiness is truth, or there's happiness when you find truth. Interesting.
Well, yeah, and where that got me thinking this morning was along the lines of, why are we in this Swiss Gold Global business, and what is the ultimate goal in life? It's happiness, isn't it? I mean, that's the ultimate goal. We all want to be happy. That's pretty much it. And, we do have a choice. Oh, that was awesome. We do have a choice in this life to be happy or not. And it doesn't matter what's going on around you. It doesn't matter what, you're stuck in, or what things are happening in your life, or any of that stuff. You can actually choose to be happy right now, right this very second. You can just make a conscious decision that says, I'm going to be happy. I'm happy. I'm happy about my life. I'm happy that I'm alive. I'm happy that I have the things that I have. I'm happy that I have a job. I'm happy that I have a family. I'm happy that I have, all these things. And you can choose to be happy right now. There's a statistic that says 88% of everything all the information that you see, hear, read, whatever, is negative. That means 12% of all the information that you see, read, hear, whatever, is positive information. Doesn't it seem like it would be a lot easier to be happy if you had more positive information, if you had more positive thoughts, more positive ideas, you saw more positivity, if you were surrounded by more positivity? Wouldn't it seem like you would be, that would make it easier to be happy?
I would think so. That's an interesting. I'm always very curious how they come up with that statistic, and I don't challenge it, quite frankly, because if you are open to the idea that, okay, I have happiness, really, in my opinion, for most of us, probably 98% of us, happiness is a choice. And why don't I say 100%? I'm going to give a little leeway here to people that are clinically depressed, maybe people that have chemical imbalances in their brains, something like that. But I think for the majority of people, happiness is truly a choice. So considering that, stay open to the idea and stay observational about the things that go on around you in your life. Be real cognizant of the conversations you have with people that are not only your friends, but strangers. And really stay cognizant of the stuff that you hear on the radio, the stuff that you hear on the television when it comes to news, or even shows like TMZ, which isn't really news, it's celebrity news. So, and look at that stuff. What do people really seem to get off on, or what does the media really like to report? Negative things. The constant threat of war, the terrorism, the Amber Alerts, the local news really shows mostly all the bad stuff that happens in our community, whether it's murders or rapes or violent crimes, and this whole string of abuse from police officer videos surfacing all over the web. What's the point of this? Is that, I don't know how they come up with that statistic, Paul, that you just mentioned about the, what did you say? 88% of the stuff that you encounter is negative. So in my own observations, I've heard this statistic a while ago. I can't dispute that, because most of the day I seem to be encountered by negative things, right? So I started thinking to myself, am I really open to observing everything with a clear filter, or because I heard that statistic, am I only noticing the negative stuff? So I started having that thought and stay open to wanting to see more positive stuff. And there's a lot of positivity out there, and I seem to be and when you're open to that, you seem to attract more positive things and more positive friends, more positive people, more positive news. But you really got to put your filters on to ignore and close out all the negative stuff that's there, because number one, I rarely watch television, and I do not pay attention to celebrity news for the simple fact that the majority of that stuff is negative, because there's like this sick sense in our society, this sick need to put other people down. And even the celebrity news, it's like, we can't wait to build someone up to godlike status, almost so that when they mess up, we can't wait to talk about how screwed up that person is, to make ourselves feel better. I don't know. What am I going off on? I even lost the point of what I was going off on here. The basic point is, like, it's true. Majority of, I think, what we will tend to encounter on a daily basis is negative. So we have to choose to be happy and choose to ignore the negative stuff and only really allow into our life the positive things that are around us. And that's where I believe happiness is a choice. For most of us, happiness is a choice.
100% happiness is absolutely a choice. And even with being surrounded by all that stuff, like you said, you can just choose to basically ignore it and choose to be happy right now, because that's really what where I was kind of going with this is, there's a lot of people think that there's kind of like there's two kinds of people in this world: those that have the money and those who have to work to get some of it. And well, trust me, the people who have the money, they work. They don't just have the money. Okay, they didn't just wake up one day and it was all there piled up in their bedroom. But the whole idea of the other people who have to work to get some of it, and the information that they've been given throughout their entire life, is why they are in that position of having to work to get some of it. Because is all of that education that we got, is all of that what we've seen, read, heard our entire lives, was that all negative information about money? That was kind of where I was going with this, because throughout your entire childhood and growing up and into your young adult years and whatnot, we're all told to go to school, get an education, and get a job. When did anybody ever tell you to go to school, get an education, and start a business? Or go to school and get an education, and it's okay to get a job, but when you get that job, don't spend all your money, save your money so you can invest it. And so that you can create the whole, passive income through investing, or through, a business which you can systemize and duplicate and create passive income through a business, and therefore take you away from all of the, the chains really that bind you to, having to be a worker for somebody else, trading your time for money. And so, is that part of the 88% of the negative information that we hear? I would say yes.
I agree. One thing that you don't really hear is go to school, get an education, discover your passions. Because go to school to get an education, to learn about yourself and what it is that your purpose and your passion is in life, and then be taught to monetize those passions through starting a business, becoming an entrepreneur, getting maybe, to me, a job is not necessarily a bad thing, but do you love what you do? Do you enjoy getting up and going to your job, whatever it is? Because to me, success lies in the fact that you're doing what you're passionate about and what you feel good about and what you feel your purpose is. And if you're getting up every day with purpose, and whatever you do to get through your day, if you feel it's meaningful and you feel happy and you feel like it's moving you towards your ultimate definite major purpose in life, I don't care what you do. In my opinion, you're a success. So with that being said, I'd love it if the education system was about teaching people to find their passion. You got to go through the basics, English, writing, math, arithmetic, different things like that. I understand that. So that's a necessary part of the education system. But really, it's, you know, and I defy someone to dispute Paul and I on this, that they don't push you towards just finding a job. It's an employee teaching people how to be an employee. That's kind of what our education system is. And yes, I agree with you 100%. In my opinion, that's negative. So it's about finding your passion. Why do we talk about this on a network marketing hangout? Why are we talking about this on a Swiss Gold Global hangout? Because if you've got a passion to help people, if you have a passion for personal development and personal growth, if you have a passion for preservation of your hard-earned dollars, if you've got a passion about the preservation of wealth or your way of life and your friend's way of life, you know, Paul and I are very passionate about network marketing and Swiss Gold Global, and very passionate about being happy. And what I think is so powerful, and I bring this up because we are on a hangout about network marketing and Swiss Gold Global, is that this is something that we're passionate about sharing. But not only us, but you, the people that are coming on board in the downline who are watching these hangouts. This is something we're passionate about. We chose to be part of this. We can choose to be happy, and we choose to share it. And it's about an education that's helping us find our passions.
And, you know, that's the whole thing. You hit the nail right on the head there about finding your passion, because if you find your passion and you can live your life through experiencing and expanding upon your passion and have it earn money for you, then you are going to be happy. So yeah, happiness is the truth, because that's where it's all about, is finding your passion to, and Swiss Gold Global here too, what John just said about, people that are passionate about, building wealth and preserving wealth and all of those things. Listen, you can be a person who's passionate about saving animals, but you know what? That costs money. You can't just go out there and start saving animals if you don't have money. Swiss Gold Global is a way for someone to generate the wealth that's going to allow you your real passion, this to, and use the wealth that you can create through this very simple system, through this very simple and easy system, I should say, and then take the wealth that you create out of this so that you can go out and live your life, live your passion, and live your dream, so to speak. So the whole idea of, and part of what got me going on this morning was I was actually looking at our newspaper here in Tahoe, and there was talking about the local community and how the climate has changed. The residency climate has changed a little bit, in such that this is a tourist town, and in the past there was like 55% of seasonal employees that lived in this area, and it's down to like 44% now. And they were talking about people who live here who are actually able to work remotely. They don't have to be next to the building that they have to commute to go to work, because of the advent of the internet and all that, that people can kind of work from anywhere that they can. And it was a great story about, how the millennials, the 18 to 35s, they have a different challenge. Before, everybody, hey, you got a job, you worked, and you had a retirement at the end of it, and you were good. But nowadays it's different, and how they, the millennials want to be, they're looking for the ability to work and earn money, but at the same time be able to enjoy, some of their life now by being in a remote location and having these jobs where they can work remotely. Obviously they're not tied to a time clock. They're not tied to commuting to a certain location at a certain time. So that, hey, if they're sitting there and they go to the coffee shop to work today, and their buddy shows up and says, dude, what are you doing here? Let's go for a mountain bike ride, right? Guy's like, all right, fold up the computer, put it in his bag, off they go, have a mountain bike ride. They get done with the mountain bike ride, and later on this afternoon, the guy opens up the computer and goes back to work. He can work on his own time, and so it's a real awesome aspect to a way of living, as far as being able to do kind of the things that they would like to do whenever kind of they want to be able to do them, because they have a job that they can work remotely, and they're living in a place where this area offers all the things that they would like to be able to do on their free time. And they don't have to wait till Friday and drive 300 miles to get to the area where they can do those things. They're living there, they're working, they're doing all that thing. And I thought, okay, this is great, except there's one thing missing. And that's the fact that they're still, their income is still capped. There's nothing that they can only take this so far. You can live the life, but where's it going to take you eventually? Where's it going? That's kind of what got me thrown into this, along with the clamp your hams card.
I just want to throw in a final thought here, because we're at 8:21.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
About this cup of coffee that I'm drinking this morning, Paul. It's delicious. And why do I bring that up? I just got a new coffee maker, and I set it up this morning, this Hamilton Beach coffee maker. Dude, this thing is awesome. You can brew up to 12 cups. It has a warming thing. It brews iced coffee, and you push the little button here, and it fills your cup up, and you don't have a pot to pour. It can sit warm all day, however long I set it, and it brews iced coffee. And I got to tell you that this is the most delicious cup of coffee I've had in a long time. Like, I've tried a lot of coffee makers, and I would love to share a cup of this coffee with somebody. That took me 45 seconds to talk about this coffee maker, and that's how easy it is to share the story of Swiss Gold Global right there. You like Swiss Gold Global? It's as easy as just telling your friend about something that you're into. How simple is it for me to share a cup of coffee with you guys and just tell you about something I just bought and I really like and enjoy? That's what this business is all about. You're passionate about Swiss Gold Global, personal development, the ability to create an income stream from it. It's as simple as sharing a cup of coffee. That's why I brought up the cup of coffee. But that's all true. I just literally brewed my first cup of coffee with this thing this morning, and it was awesome. But
that's a great network marketing analogy right there. I mean, it's just that simple. You're excited about something new that you just got involved with right there, a coffee maker, and you're sharing it with everybody. Just that simple. And that's exactly what network marketing is, and that's exactly what we offer here. That's exactly what Swiss Gold Global is about. You like the product and service, the gold and silver savings plan, the education, all that stuff. You go, hey, man, you wouldn't believe what I just found. I just got into this thing here that I'm learning stuff that I can't believe I've never heard of and learned this stuff before in my life. It's just so exciting, and it's given me the opportunity to build a wealth base. You interested? What are you talking about? Build a wealth base. Oh yeah, I'm interested. Well, anyway, hey dude, it's already 8:24 and we got to get moving on to the next show here. So I just want to say happy birthday to me again.
Happy birthday, Paul!
Everybody go out there and have a wonderful Freedom Friday. Think about being happy, stay happy. And, the one thing about this is that, where I was going with the other story is that you have no cap on your income in a system like this. So take us home, John.
Oh, universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches given to me at birth through the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever ends I may desire. Hit me and Paul up either on wealthhealth.swissgoldglobal.com. Visit my landing page at freedomforlife.realwealthrevolution.com. Send me a message. Let's share a cup of coffee. And over that cup of coffee, we can talk about how awesome and simple this business system is. And we'll see you all back here on New Op Day.